Hello, everyone. Good morning. And this is Sonia. Welcome to Dr. Sonya Hylton Live. And today is the first day that we are going to start today installing that new habit. And those of you who get up early in the morning, maybe to go to work, would have already done what I outlaid yesterday. And just so as a recap, because you can jump in anytime really. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, just get yourself comfortable, like empty your bladder or so. Get to a quiet place where no one will disturb you for 15-20 minutes. And you're going to start practicing how to raise your vibration. And you're going to write 10 things you're grateful for, and you're going to just feel that gratitude. And if you only come up with one, it's okay. As you go along, more will come. The second thing, you're going to show love to 3 people who are just a pain in the tutus. You're just going to show love to them, bring them up in your mind and say, I love you. And as we go along, you will understand why you love them. And number 3, we're going to forgive. Forgive all who have offended us and ask forgiveness from those who we have offended, because we offend people sometimes without knowing it. And talking about forgiveness, I remember a long time ago, I was a nurse. And that night I was at work, and a friend of mine, I saw him coming on the floor. He was an X-ray technician. And so I saw him rolling his big X-ray machine on the floor. And I said to him, "Oh, I smell something. Somebody was at a party. I smell alcohol." And so I'm messing with him. There was a lady there, a respiratory therapist. She was coming on the floor as well. And really and truly, I didn't even see her. However, it was years after, I saw the lady in the elevator, and she said, "You caused me all this pain. I thought they were going to fire me." And I'm like, "What?" And she said, "Yes, do you remember that night I came on the floor and you were saying I was drinking alcohol?" And it came back to me. And I said, I just couldn't believe it, that I caused unintentionally this lady all this agony all this while, because I work at a big hospital. Years will go by when you don't see some people. And I said, "You know what? I am so sorry. I was just having a good time with my friend who was the X-ray technician." And so we impact people's lives negatively without even realizing it. And so that's why I say, ask others to forgive you. And when you ask others, what are you doing? It's just a universe. We're all connected. You don't have to go speak to them. Maybe they are all dead and gone, but you caused some damage. So just ask the universe to forgive you as well. All right. So that was the third thing. And then the next thing is to sit down for probably about 5 minutes and ask for guidance. Ask the creator within you to just direct your path. Positive thoughts. You don't say things that might impact others negatively, like I had done that night. And if you have, maybe a project or so you're working on, just ask for guidance. And like I said yesterday, you don't have to get that guidance right then and there. It might come to you later on during the day, maybe even the next day. That aha moment? Yes. Because everything that we get come from the creator within us. All right? So now so that is what we're doing. Now, your mind. And we talked a little bit about the mind yesterday, and we decided to divide it in 2 parts, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. But before I get into that, your mind is an activity. Your mind controls everything. And the problem is we can't see the mind. So someone years ago, 1934, a doctor in Texas, Dr. Thurman Fleet, he came up with a little diagram that he could give to his patients. He could explain to his patients what's going on in their mind, why they're getting the results that they're getting in their body while they're sick. And so these patients can now actually like see what's happening in their mind and then put in thoughts, because now they realize that it's their thoughts that cause different vibrations in your energy, and next thing you know, you get sick. Now they start putting in thoughts that got them well. And so that's how our little diagram came up. But that as well, before I get deeper into that, understand that we control our mind. And the people who are extremely successful understand something about this. Either consciously or unconsciously, they understand that. They believe that they believe in themselves. They believe that they can do whatever it is that they say they can do. And so that thought pattern is going on all the time. They are taking control of their mind. When you take control of yourself, what you're actually doing is taking control of your mind, because your mind determines where you go. Your mind determines everything you do. Before you do anything, you had a thought. And some of these thoughts, you have been thinking them for so long that you just automatically do without consciously thinking. But your mind is what determines what you do. So now you have to take control of your mind. If you let your mind take control of you, let other people program your mind, then you're going to get all sorts of results in your life that you don't really want. So you have to take control of your mind. You control your mind does not control you. So back up a little bit into what we did yesterday. Remember, we can liken the mind to an iceberg. The majority of the iceberg is underneath the water. You see, the Titanic, they saw the little peak probably and maybe wanted to go around it, but they crashed right into it. And you saw what happened to the Titanic, or you have heard, or you have read, or you've watched the movie. That is the exact same thing that is happening in our life. We are conscious of our conscious mind, this is the water level right here. And the little part of the iceberg that is pushing out, that's our conscious mind. We are conscious of that. Why? Because it interacts with our environment, our external environment. The bigger part of our mind, which is like 95% of our mind, the bigger part of the iceberg is underneath the water. The bigger part of our mind we are not conscious of. And this is where all the activity is happening. And so you can understand, if you do not know what's happening in here, your life can be crazy. Because you're thinking it's what's going on up here in your conscious mind that is controlling your activity. No, it's what's happening here. And the majority of people, like 95 to 97% of people, don't even know that this part of their mind exists. Much less to know that this part is governed by laws. And then not realizing also that whatever is happening here, that's what's showing up in your life. So this is where our beliefs are. This is where our habits are. Everything that you have ever seen, with whatever your five senses ever interacted with, is in here. Here is, I like to say, here is the universe, because this part of you, this part of your mind connects to universal mind, which is what I choose to call God. I don't know what name you might give to it, but this part of your mind, everybody's subconscious mind, connects with universal mind. And this is our little doorway, call it that, to universal mind. And everything that is happening in our life is controlled by universal mind that is acting through our subconscious mind. That's the way of universal mind communicating with us. And so that is how it goes. Now, another thing that we're talking about yesterday is that whatever gets into the conscious mind has to get into the subconscious. Well, if you accept it, it gets into the subconscious mind. And whatever gets into the subconscious mind is going to put your body in a certain vibration. That vibration is going to determine the actions you take. For example, you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like getting out of bed, you don't want to go to work. What do? You roll over. You have something exciting to do. What do? You jump out of bed. It all has to do with what's in your subconscious mind. Now, whatever vibrations you're putting out, the universe is going to respond to these vibrations. And by the actions and what the universe brings you, that's going to determine the results in your life. So what we're doing with the gratitude and showing love and asking for guidance and the forgiveness is we are putting ourselves in a very high vibration so that we can receive whatever it is that we ask the universe for. Whatever desires we have, which are good, you can only get them when you are in a high frequency vibration. So if you're down here and you want something up here, you've got to get on the vibrational frequency of the thing that you desire. And so the habit we are installing, starting this morning, is to keep us always in a vibrational frequency where we are up here. All right? So, and as I go through the next, 29 days, I will keep going over these concepts because it is imperative that we understand the subconscious mind and what we do every day when we think. All right, so until next time, this is Sonia. Have a fantastic day. Bye now.